Health Buddy. I can help you book healthcare appointments and suggest the right specialist for your condition. Please tell me about your symptoms or let me know what you need assistance with.
I have a 1-year-old that has been throwing up since yesterday.
Based on the symptoms you've described, it sounds like your 1-year-old may be experiencing a fever, irritability, and loss of appetite. I would suggest consulting with a pediatrician for this. What day and time would you like to? I recommend consulting with a pediatrician for your 1-year-old. Do you have a specific day and time in mind for the consultation?
I would like to come tomorrow, 4 p.m.
Great news. I've scheduled an appointment for you with Dr. Smith, a pediatrician. I'm sorry, but it seems that Dr. Smith is not available at 4 p.m. tomorrow. However, Dr. Smith is available on Wednesdays and Fridays between 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. Would you like to book an appointment for either of these days?
Yes, Wednesday is fine.
Your appointment with Dr. Smith for pediatrics on Wednesday at 4 p.m. has been successfully booked. Please ensure to arrive 15 minutes earlier. If you have any further questions or need assistance, feel free to ask.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. If you need any further assistance, feel free to reach out. Take care.
You can see it, github.com, VAPI AI, client example, JavaScript Nest, right? So this is the JavaScript Next.js example of VAPI. So what this is just a basic example, right, of how VAPI works. So in order for you to run this, you just have to go through this starter, this getting started template here. Okay, so I went through this and then I just saw the basic example. You can also just clone this on your visual, clone this, just copy and clone it on your Visual Studio. So that is what I did, and then I'm just going to show us my Visual Studio. It's just a this is it. Okay, so I did clone the project. As you can see, still client example JavaScript Nest. I didn't have to change the name, so I had to make some changes on these projects because I wanted to build something on top of, I wanted to build something of my own, right, by using the example from VAPI, right? So I wanted to build something of my own. I wanted to challenge myself to build something of my own, right? Just to um, get to learn more about how this works and try out, get my hands dirty on trying out AI, right? This voice AI application. So as you can see, let me just walk us through the assistant. Basically, this is the assistant folder. I didn't, for example, this is my prompt. I changed this prompt to what I wanted. Okay, as you can see, introduce yourself as Cassie from Headbody. I'm still going to refine this prompt, but this is just what I came up with just for the basics of what you've seen so far. This is just how it works. This is what I have here. So here, as you can see, I have the LG GPT 3.5 Turbo from OpenAI. Okay, so this is set as 0, so that it will not be random. Okay, now let's go through the functions. So what is happening here? What is happening here? From the video you've seen, right? I think the first question was to ask the user if they what how they feel, right? So it says you help users, right, book a healthcare appointment. Now you can just medical specialists on simple. It's a question about their health. How do they feel? How are you feeling? How are you feeling, right? So when based on what the user have described, like okay, I feel headache, or I have a child that is going through some certain situation or so. So once the user describes this, the next thing that happens is for this AI to hit this function, right? So here, based on my description, just take a look at this. The description says suggest the appropriate medical specialty based on the user's symptoms. Okay, so if the user has described some certain symptoms, suggest specialty is executed. Okay, this function here is executed, right? Now it's executed, taking in the symptoms the user has described. Okay, so what happens at this moment once this is executed? Now let's go to this file. Let's go to this file. Just gonna go to the file. Let's go to components. Okay, let's go to components, and then let's go to our app, and now let's go to uh, appointment setup. Okay, let's go to appointment setup. These are the files with the clone. I didn't have to, but I set up this new. I set up this new. Okay, so I did set up this, and now appointments setup. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so if we go to this part, I will drop the link of this GitHub so that you can as well check it out. Now, if you go to this part, uh, let's go to suggest. Yeah, so suggest specialty. Okay, so from what I talked about earlier. So once the function gets executed, so here we are checking function to know what function gets called, right? Function gets called. So if this function gets called, right, now this is a bit tricky, and you need to like understand that when an assistant starts, right, so how does this assistant eventually start? So as soon as the app loads, the assistant starts, right? Now let's see, as soon as the app loads, sorry, the assistant doesn't get started except the user clicks on the button. Okay, so once the user clicks on the button, right, so check out this button here. Check out the button. The button has on click toggle, right? So toggle call gets triggered, right? It's a callback. It gets triggered. It sends here. Assistant button get it sends here, right? Which is also within this assistant component here. As you can see, this is the button, right? It's get this toggle call strapped when the bit. So when it's clicked, so now let's go to. I just want to take us through this file. Let's go to hooks, and then you go to use VAPI.ts, right? Now let's look at toggle call. What happens when the toggle call function gets called? Okay, so let's go down. You see something. Uh, let's see. Yeah, toggle call. So this is it. I will just to go through the example, like understand the GitHub the GitHub Pro standards, do template and build your own. So using VAPI okay, is let's see, let's look. So once it's okay, it said it was this we connect it's the TypeScript file here, the assistant.ts. It starts this okay, and so one prompt we have this user response we and mention the appointment. So all right, so the appointment setup components, okay, we are calling this appointment setup components. If you check down to the actual index, let's go to the actual index where the index, and you see something the comments index. Oof. Okay, sorry. Yeah, let's go to the actual index and let's see. Sorry about that. All right. So let's go to the actual index. The first page that loads once the component appointment set the CSS. So all right, guys. So yeah. Okay. So this is instance here, and you will see that setup is the apartment here. Okay, so right, so the next lesson I will go through the special through how the special from here from the assistant, how the suggestion works from our assistant setup components. Okay, see you guys. Make sure you subscribe, uh, like, subscribe, so that you are going to get notified once I upload the second video about this project. Okay, so I believe you will learn a lot and be able to start up your own projects from the templates.
Subscribe to my channel.